Hi, I'm Jason Sterling. I'm a member of the EA Creator Network. As such, this copy of Enchanted by Nature and numerous other packs in the past was provided free of charge from the network. Thanks for watching. Okay, now this is going to be a gameplay video. I'm going to go through kind of some of the stuff we can do here with fairies in the game. I've already done a lot of gameplay with my primary sim here, who incidentally, that's Caleb. That's like the vampire Caleb. I can't pronounce his last name. That's vampire Caleb, but I don't, is it just my game? Did he go through the transition? Or is that just the clothes? Because I'm not sure. It looks like, it looks like a substantial change, right? It looks like he made a transition, but I guess it could just be the clothes, but why would he be wearing women's clotes? I don't know. That was okay, because I was really just here to become a fairy. I've got my primary sim, checking on his little baby there. I've already done a lot of gameplay with him because he's like number 10 of the apothecary career and number 8, level 8 of the like kind of doctor career, at home doctor career, right? Because I was using him to test out the game for a couple of bugs that have been present, like right off the bat, right after I got it, the final copy, right? The final copy of it. So I want to make him a fairy, and I do know that you need a seed, and you plant the seed, and then Mother Nature pops out of the seed and you become a fairy or something to that effect, right? And I'm sure that you can like buy the seed off the computer. I couldn't find it. I looked, I couldn't find it. I'm also thinking though, you get the seed from another fairy, and we are living here in Everdew. So I set out across the neighborhood looking for a fairy. Pretty easy to find in Everdew. Now, lo and behold, of course, I do find one right off the bat, and I run up to talk to her, and she's kind of like, friendly and stuff. And I figure out, just ask her about being a fairy, right? And you've got to get a seed, and she tells you how to do it, like, a whole bunch of different ways. But one of them is you just ask a fairy for the seed. So I'm thinking, okay, well, then I'm going to ask you because you are right here. And I'm kind of talking to her, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And then all of a sudden she just hands it to me. All of a sudden she just hands me the seed. So I don't know if that was that part of it? Was it supposed to happen that way? Or if that's a little bit of I don't know. Anyway, I got the damn seed, and that's it. I head home. I'm going to plant it. And then the best thing ever happens. See here, I'm planting it right by the fence by my other sort of plants and stuff, and there she is. She shows up right behind the fence, right? Like right behind the fence. Now, what has happened here is she's trapped. She's trapped between the landscaping and the fence, and they can't get to each other. And apparently, since they can't get to each other, they can't even talk to each other. Like we can't even, even right there, I can't even talk to her, and I'm literally right next to her. And my first thought is, well, I wanted to be a fairy, and I'm trying to figure out how to get her out. And I kind of just settle on just cutting the fence out of the way. And she gets out and she gives me the fairy juice, and I drink it. Great. Then it hits me. I really ruined my chance, right? Because I could have had a fantastic lawn ornament. I could have just kept her there forever. We're going to come back to that. In the meantime, what I did is I did run on down here to Lake Titicaca, and I jumped myself right in so I could become a fairy. That's all you do is you just drink that juice and you jump in the lake and kind of, voila. You got this sort of great animation and you turn into a fairy. It's just that easy. I do get like wings courtesy of Mother Nature. She gives, it's what the little sign says. She gave me some wings she thought I might like. I did not like them. Okay. I didn't like them. I like to pick out my own wings, my own stuff. So I kind of went into cast, and I kind of went through the wings. They're okay. There's a lot of choices. You've probably already seen all the cast stuff. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. I just kind of went through it. I was kind of, I don't know. It's fine. We've got this system here to design them. I'm not very good at painting with that stuff. And I felt like the stamps aren't that great. Like the stamps really weren't that great for fairy wings. I mean, I did I tried to do something with them a little bit. I failed at it. Fine. I got some wings I like, colored them the way I like, though, and that was good. And I got him a new outfit here. He loves it. You can see he's kind of swirling around there. Yeah, I love my new clothes. Actually, I do love clothes with this pack. They look really good. I got his boyfriend Knox there some new clothes, too. This is my Eco Living family, by the way. This is a family I use for Eco Living. These two are a couple, and their little baby is there. Now, I want to get that Mother Nature back here and get her trapped back in where she was, right? I want to put her back where she belongs. So I have Knox try to become a fairy. He gets the seed. Well, obviously the way I planted it that time did not work. And I guess I really just couldn't stop it. Before I knew it, he had the bottle of stuff and he just drank it. So then I'm stuck. For 24 hours, I can't plant another seed. Because once you kind of drank the stuff, you can't plant another seed until you need more stuff. And the stuff doesn't wear off for 24 hours, right? And that's not my point. My point's not to make him a fairy. The point is to get her back in the yard as a nice decoration. He has some problems here, as you see. He gets some diseases. So does like Josh, his boyfriend, Josh and Knox. They both have some trouble. This is the big green monster, which is gardening and you're mean. And I guess that's it. I really don't, I don't even know really why I was highlighting this, but it was there. That's something that happened. You get diseases all the time in a screen. Just be aware. I don't know about the rest of the place if you do. There's my baby. He grabbed some dinner. Now, another thing is, Knox is a horrible cook. The poor little guy. He hates the food that Knox makes. And honestly, it is usually like poor quality food. I don't know why Knox can't cook, but he absolutely hates it. I threw that in there. You can see he's angry. He's got that blue thing where he just did not like the food. There's his daddy for it. Maybe Knox gets the food out of the ground. I don't know. Because I'm killing 24 hours here is what I'm doing, really, right? So what I'm doing is killing 24 hours. So I'm doing some fairy woo too. I mean, I'm like, what am I going to do? I got to kill 24 hours. So I cooked, I foraged, I, did the other F word there, made some woo-hoo, right? Some foo-woo, woo-foo. And just the usual stuff, kind of whiling away the time. The thing with being a fairy so far with Josh is it's a bit like Realm of Magic. I had a whole lot more fun with Realm of Magic as a spellcaster with Dream Home Decorator. Okay, so my Dream Home Decorator, the decorator, I turned into a spellcaster so he could punish the people that he worked for that didn't like his work, and that was a whole lot. That was the most fun I ever had as a spellcaster. It might be the same thing here. I want to find something that, that brings me some fun. Now, I tried to have some fun here. We got it, right? We got another seed. We got another chance. I got her right back where she belongs back there, and she was stuck. And she was stuck, and I was thrilled. I was so happy. I was like, yes, I'm going to leave her there forever. And when people come over here in a little bit, she plays the guitar, she talks to the plants. I don't know what she's doing, what she's talking about. I really don't care. But she's talking to the plants, plays the guitar. She would not talk to my toddler. Toddlers can't interact with her at all. And I mean, like, she's Mother Nature. You're Mother Nature. How do you not interact with kids? How? So anyway, that's another reason. I kind of felt like she deserved it after that. She deserves to be there in that spot, being a nice little sort of novelty. A little novelty, like a folly. Back in like the Victorian era or whenever, rich English people would build like a little temple or something on their estate, called it a folly. That's my folly. She's gone. Yeah, I forgot she's gone. I was still up there talking. She's gone. She only lasted like 4 hours there, and she just apparated away. So I'm like not happy about that. I was going to decorate her for Christmas. I was going to do all this stuff. Ruined. Thanks a lot, Maxis. I'm thinking about maybe trying to bring her back and put her in a cell. So my idea is maybe I build a cell And then I put the seed in the cell. So then when she pops up, she's inside this cell, right? That's my next thought. I did that once with Vlad because he kind of made me mad. So I put Vlad in a cell down inside of Oubliette. He did stay there for a long time, but eventually, I guess, maybe when I left the lot or something, he was able to get out. He was able to leave. So maybe with her, I'm going to try that at some point. Not in this video, but at some point, I'm going to have to put her in a cell and see if that works because I don't know. I was just getting my hopes up that it was going to be something interesting. It didn't work out. Off she went. Now, what is going to work out is I'm going to take my family here into town. We're going to go into town. We're going to go into whatever it's called, Anchor Hawking, the port of Anchor Hawking over there. What is that? I don't know what it's called. We'll see here in a minute. We're going to go into town and we're going to check out. This is what I've heard. Okay, I have heard that when you're a fairy and you go into town and you do magic, the locals don't like it, so maybe you can kind of get into trouble, right? So before we go, I do kind of pump up my fairy abilities a little bit, and I make him able to change people's emotions because I figure that's going to get me the most notice, right? If I go around and make everyone hate each other, maybe that's going to give me some play. It's going to give me some purchase on it. Okay, so we drop in here. It didn't give us the name of the town. It gave me the name of the place I went to, which was the museum, the Gnome exhibit, because that's kind of close to the gnome, right? I was going to check out the gnome, see what he's like. We brought our friend with us here. I can't remember his name either, but we brought our friend with us. He's carrying the baby. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. And I kind of walk around. There's like a little ice cream thing. With all the rabbit holes we got in this game, I thought, oh, maybe the ice cream thing is a rabbit hole. Wouldn't that be cool? Because that actually might be a little bit cool if they had kind of an ice cream shop there. No, it wasn't. Just some tables or something. So I go check out the gnome, and there's a lot of reading coming up. Like apparently there's this big history with gnomes in the town, and I don't know. I don't want to read. I mean, I have to read all the time for school, and so I don't really want to read for this game, but the gnomes had a war and it pissed people off, and that's why they don't want people making magic or fairies making magic in town, and that's why gnomes are stuck in their little ceramic form, okay? Long story short. I go over here to this guy, the nutcase that eats raw fish off the beach without even washing it. I go to his food stall, which right off the bat, if you see a food stall with like hanging warning signs on it, it's got actual warning signs hanging from the stall. Don't eat there. Now, I'll tell you, it all seems pretty benign. In fact, it seems kind of vegetarian, I guess. I would not think a guy that eats live raw fish off the beach is a vegetarian, but apparently he is. So I go ahead and I order some apple pie, and it looks pretty good. I'm not kidding. As I'm recording this right now, looking at it, I'm thinking, I kind of wish I had some apple pie. I'm kind of hungry. I really want to go get something to eat, like some lunch, but I'm not going to. I'm going to finish this first. So what we do, and this is a little bit against my better judgment, is I go ahead and pull up the whole Fable thing to see about doing these jobs, I guess, and we're going to learn something about something. Like a story. Anyway, I ended up doing the one that's like about the ring, like getting a ring, because I'm hoping it's like Lord of the Rings, and there's a whole bunch of rings, and I get them all, and I'm real powerful, and maybe I can do all sorts of really, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that, but I'm going to dream until I'm disappointed, like I normally do. And so I'm going to dream until I'm disappointed. And I'm going to do this ring thing, not during this video. I might not even do it. I looked it up and I get some money for doing it and stuff, but I don't have time for that. I'm busy being a fairy and stuff. I still have a job. I mean, I'm still a doctor. I still have a job. So, I don't even remember what we're supposed to do. Talk to some people about fairies and stuff, like 8 of them, I think is what it is. So it's pretty easy. Still no promises. Then I decide that he's going to be our first guinea pig, and I decide I'm going to sway his emotions, right? Because that's the one thing I can do right now is I can just change people's emotions, so I'm going to change his. Now, I had kind of a tough time deciding what to do, and I don't know, what did I do? Something negative, I think. In fact, I decided to make him scared of me. And because you know what? He should be scared of me. This whole town should be scared of me. I'm here to make some mischief, right? And here's what happens. Of course, what happens? I get like that warning, right? I get this warning that I'm emotionally starving. And if I don't eat, then, I'm going to die, right? Because that's the thing that happens. If you don't eat, you die. So I think, okay, I'm going to go ahead and suck some emotions out of him too. Let's do that. So I close that warning down. And what's right behind it? Another warning. But this warning's from the Fairy Council, and they have realized that I've used magic. Well, yeah, I used magic. Of course I did. I'm a fairy, aren't I? Magic is part of who I am. And you're going to place limitations on who I am. I didn't even hurt anybody, so I made him a little scared. Big deal. He could use a little fear. A little healthy fear is what he could use. Anyway, they said if I do it again, I'm going to lose like my, I don't know, ration of fairy dust. That's all I'm going to lose from the Marshmallow Man back there in Everdew, the sort of marshmallow looking building. Kind of reminds me of the Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man. So what? So what the hell? I drop fairy dust all over the place like a damn cat shedding fur. My boyfriend, Knox, has 17 piles of this stuff. I don't use it for anything. What are we supposed to use it for? Hell, I don't know. Bring gnomes to life. That's what we're supposed to do. But bringing gnomes to life seems to me that implies using magic too. So anyway, I'm like, whatever. Stop following me. Stop stalking me, Fairy Council. I don't even want to be part of their club. I don't. Why are you looking at me? Why are you stalking me? Why are you there? Anyway, whatever. I kind of just blew that off. I don't know. I'm not listening. Now, what I am going to do is eat because I'm starving and I am here at a food stall. So I sucked some life right on out of that guy. And here's the deal. That didn't do nothing, right? So I changed his emotions. I get some big old warning, right? That, oops, I've done this. Whoops, I've done that. Whatever. Here's the deal. So I can go around town and suck everybody dry, right? I can just suck people all over town all day long. No problems. But I change 1 or 2 or 10 people's emotions and I'm going to have trouble or whatever. So I go to the grocery store too because it's right next door. Grocery store is a rabbit hole, but I did check in. We've seen it before. Everything was overpriced, so I bought a few things just like real life. And probably forgot to put them up when I got home. They're probably rotten in my inventory right now. We ran into a brand new friend. He's actually a sim of mine. Here's the deal. Like this town was so empty. There was hardly anybody around. And most of the people that were around were sims I had created. So they must have all been there on vacation or something. I don't know. Anyway, we meet this guy. He's kind of cute. So I decided I'm going to change his kind of emotional makeup too, make him kind of flirty. That way, if I get kind of flirty, he ain't going to get as mad about it, right? So we do that. And maybe I made him playful instead. I don't know. No, was that flirty? Did I hit flirty? I don't know. I think I did. So anyway, I do my stuff to him. And I'm a problem fairy. Let me tell you something. You ain't seen problems yet. Oh, I'm a problem fairy. Is that what it is? I'm a problem fairy, you guys. I'm undone. I am undone. Now, first of all, yeah, I get it. I'm not going to get my little fairy rations or whatever. I don't care. But don't be labeling me. I don't do labels. Don't slap no label on me. It says I'm a problem fairy. I am not a problem fairy, but I'm going to be a problem fairy. And you know whose problem I'm going to be? That Fairy Council's problems. You know what? I got to stop because at the end of the day, I'm going to say something that's actionable. I'm going to have fairies suing me for what I said online, but I'm going to tell her, the Fairy Council, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reckoning coming with that Fairy Council. Labeled me a problem fairy. I don't even know what that is. I don't. Not yet. Not when I'm first watching this. Now, I do kind of find out what it is. It took me a while to figure out where I was even supposed to figure out where that was, like what is a problem fairy? What does that mean? What's going to happen? Now, a problem fairy, as you can see here, I'm a problem fairy. All that really happens is I still just don't get that ration of dust. Okay, I don't care. Like I said, but I do care about being labeled. And to get rid of it, I've got to go to like the Marshmallow Man building and go to court right? Or something like fairy court and ask to have it removed or go talk to the fairy liaison. Oh, I've got some stuff to say. I've got some stuff to say. We are going to have a talk later on in this video. And that's what I've got to have. That's what I have to do, right? Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind that. I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have any problem talking to anybody about this nonsense. So that's what I do is I go ahead and head home and I start looking for someone to talk to about it. Now I see a friend of mine and I'm kind of hungry. So I suck him dry, for some nourishment. Which, this game sometimes you're going to suck somebody dry for some nourishment, you guys. But anyway, that's what I did. And this is where I got the next kind of like fairy increase or something. And I became like, I chose the doctor stuff to make it easier in my profession in case I ever go back to work. My Sims right now that I'm playing with, they've got like $1 million, so I don't really have to work. But I think I will continue my career till I max it out at least. I didn't really intend on doing this, but there's a stone in the middle there that takes you to like the hidden lots around the Sims world, depending on what packs you own. So if you only own the base game, you can go to the Grotto in Oasis or Sylvan Glade in Willow Creek. If you own Get to Work, you can go to Sixam. If you own Realm of Magic, you can go to the Magical Realm. And if you own Snowy Adventure or Escape or whatever it was called, where you go skiing in Japan, you go to the top of the mountain, right? So that's really cool. I thought, well, hey, I want to check this out. I want to check out Sixam. I haven't been there in a really long time. So, in fact, like a really, really, really long time, like maybe about as long as it's been out. Because I kind of went and I did check it out. Maybe I went back one other time to think about maybe trying to build something there. But there's not really anything here, right? It's kind of just a place, and it's got a 20 by 20 lot on it. Which I might build something. I might come here and build like a space fairy cottage, I guess, on this 20 by 20 lot. It is a cool enough looking world. It's kind of a dark place. It's got glowing mushrooms. So I guess we know where the fairies got some of their mushrooms and stuff, right? But it looks okay. It's got goo. It's got a city you can't reach, which looks really cool. Looks like it'd be really cool to be over there, but we can't get there. I think it's got like a world coming up, hanging in. There it is. Got a moon hanging in the sky. That's it, you guys. There's not really much here. But it was kind of cool to see it again. And yeah, now that I can get here so easy, I might go ahead and build something here at some point to use. I don't know. Not this video, I'm not going to, but maybe coming up. I don't remember when I changed him into his, kind of underwear there or his swimsuit either. He was hot. I do remember that. Maybe it was back in the fairy area? It might be back in the fairy area, maybe right before we came here. And he was hot, so I did change him into a swimsuit so he could cool down. We collected a rock there, and now we're headed home, right? We've had enough of this place. We've seen it. So use the portal there to go back home, and it took me back to my cottage here in Everdew. Now, I need to head on over here to this marshmallow house, and there's who I've got to talk to. Now, I want you to notice, she already doesn't like me. Okay, well, I've never met her. She's already got a red bar. Right? She's already prejudged me just based on the fact that I was breaking the law, the rules, or whatever it is they've got from the Fairy Council. I don't even think it should really be law. They're not a civic authority. That's like your HOA. Your HOA is not a civic authority. They may have some rules, but they're not laws. Anyway, she acts like she is the judge and the law and the dictator. And look at her. Anyway, I tried to have a rational discussion with her. I got a bunch of blah, blah, blah about, like I said, laws and rules and bullshit, and I really don't care. So I read her mind, right, just to make her mad. I read her mind, and then I found out what she likes and don't like. She does not like for people to do mean things, so I did some I was mean to her. Of course I was. I was mean to her. She already didn't like me walking up anyway, so No skin off my back. And then I felt like, we needed to have a real discussion about this, about my situation. So we did. We did. I had a nice discussion with her. I whooped her ass all over the place. And I hope a whole bunch of people saw it because they all need to be put on notice, okay? I mean, look at that. Look at that. You don't mess with me. Do not mess with me. She got her ass whooped. It's got to hand it to her. And I want you to notice, all right, I didn't get my daily ration of fairy dust. Now, did I? No. I want you to notice coming up here on the ground. What did I get? What did I get? It's taking a little bit of time here. There it is. Okay. What did that say? Collect fairy dust. Yeah, that's right. What did she throw on the ground? Fine, here's your fairy dust. That's right. Guess what? I live here now. Watch me fly my ass on back home. I live here now. So I'm going to see her every single day. And every single day, I'm going to kick her ass for some more fairy dust. I don't even need it. It's not about the money. It's about the principle. It's not about the fairy dust. It's about the principle. You don't label me. You don't block me from your little club. I don't even want to be in their club. Let me just say that. But I'm not going to be blocked. I'm not going to be ignored. Okay, so that's what it was about. Because I really don't care about the council. I don't care about being part of the little fairy thing. Went on back to my home. I showed my son what I just did. Oh, yeah, I grabbed her, threw her up and down. I beat her head into the cement, slung her around. Son had a ball. He thought it was hilarious. He's like, go, Daddy, to go. So there's Daniel Vampire right over there. I was going to say hello to him, but I don't know. He apparated out of there. So, yeah, I kind of, let my son know how it went so that when he grows up, he knows how to handle these situations. And that was about it. That was a really eventful day, I mean, it went pretty quick. But it was a good time. A good time was had by all. I'll have an even better time if you hit like, subscribe, and notify. There will be some more gameplay videos coming. Maybe next weekend I'll do another one. Do some stuff as a doctor, right? Maybe do some stuff as a doctor. I'm going to go back into town and work some more mischief. I do not care if they don't like it, okay? They're going to get over it. That whole thing with the gnomes and the whatever, that was ancient history. That's myth. That's myth. We don't even know if that happened. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. Were you there? No, none of us were there. Okay. It was so long ago, they built a statue and probably don't even know what the statue's for anymore. What's that statue for? For tourists. That's what they think the statue's for, is for tourists. And the Fairy Council is still lording their little bit of power over people. Yeah, but we said, I don't care what you said. I don't care. So I'm going to go back into town, work some more mischief. And I'm going to try going around, work some mischief in other towns, right? Let's go see, can I go to San Myshuno and just do whatever the hell I want? I bet I can. I bet it's just in that one little town in there that you can't do what you want. And I'm not playing that game. A fairy's who I am. I am a fairy, and I'm not going to hide my light under a bush. No, I'm not. I am going to be all fairy all the time, out of that closet, you guys, out of the fairy closet. Get your ass out of the fairy closet. Go out there and do your fairy stuff. Yeah, don't listen to council and kiss my ass. Okay, so please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching.